welcome to JK Games, the gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
And whether you play on easy mode
or you like a good challenge,
this is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. Or welcome back, us. It's been a busy October.
We're back to our own show.
Yes. Definitely been a busy October. So thank you guys for sticking along with us. I have been gone a lot. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to play too much games. I have some stuff to talk about today. But let's start at the beginning, shall we? My name is Kayla. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm Jerica, your other host. And us together, us, the two ladies here that are talking, we try to talk about video games and fun movie things and books because Kayla likes to read.
Yeah.
So she'll talk about books sometimes.
Yeah.
I need to read more. Speaking of, I did get a new book in. Audrey's been reading it, but it's called The
Kojima?
Creative Gene. Yeah, The Creative Gene. It's Hideo Kojima wrote this book just talking about his process and creating.
I saw
a little
that.
background of how he his background and growing up and his love for movies. So I really need to dig into it. I know Audrey's really enjoying the book so far.
I saw Audrey post about it and I was like, ooh, looks good. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Today's going to be a little bit more of a chill episode. We've got some news to cover since we were gone last week. We have some fun first impressions to talk about today from Jerica's end. And some surprises. I don't even know what Jerica's going to be talking about this episode.
Yeah, it's also, I got a lot done in one day.
Yeah.
Of not having responsibilities, so...
Yeah.
I made it count.
All right. Well, I'm excited. Apparently, Jerica has finished a game, and I have not heard what this game is. So she's going to do a quick little review. That's going to be a surprise. And then we'll just go ahead and get right into our loadout, shall we? Doop, doop. Doop, doop. Welcome to episode 102, folks. We are in the triple digits. If you missed it...
Wow. Impressive.
If you missed it, you should definitely go back and listen to our 100th episode extravaganza. It was a fun one. It was 2 episodes ago, but you should definitely go back and listen to it because I had a really good time. But this is 102, and today I'm going to go ahead and give you our rundown. So we are going to talk about... Are we going to talk about what we've been playing? Do you want to talk about what you're playing in the easy mode or in our expert mode, Jerica?
I can play about I can talk about what I'm currently playing in easy mode this week. And I hit the microphone with my chin, so I hope that doesn't make a sound. I don't know why I did that.
Little plop.
My chin plopped right on the mic.
So we'll talk about that.
So that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have some first impressions from Jerica. I'm going to talk a little bit. I don't have a super exciting easy mode this week, but that's okay. I'm going to talk about what I do have. So easy mode is where we talk about what we've been playing, doing, watching, reading, whatever. Just chatting away, getting some housekeeping done. And then our normal mode is where we talk about news. We have a good bit of news to cover today. We got some Halo. We've got some a new game from the Stardew Valley creator, which you guys know I'm hyped about that. We're going to talk about Uncharted movie trailer. We're going to talk about Marvel and Skydance new media. And then we had a state of play randomly.
We did.
Not a whole lot from that. And I totally forgot. Not a whole lot from that, but there's a couple things we'll discuss. So that's what today looks like. And if you don't already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at JK Games Podcast. A couple days ago, I asked what you guys were playing, and a lot of you guys had good responses. I'm not going to read all of them today, but I did share them on our Instagram story. But I love just hearing about what you guys are playing and any feedback you guys have, you can give us there. And that is JK Games Podcast. And our Twitter is also JK Games Podcast. We've been a little bit more active on Twitter lately. So you can always
trying to be active.
You can always reach out to us on there. And then our Twitch is at JK Games Cast. Me and Jerica want to hop on there and play some games together again recently. And again, it should be a little bit easier coming up soon, but it's just been a really busy month. So just keep an eye out on Instagram where we'll announce what we're doing on Twitch. So, and then of course, lastly, we have our YouTube, which is JK Games. There's a couple episodes on there that you could go watch that are pretty fun and some gameplay. The Resident Evil gameplay if you're feeling spooky because it's almost Halloween. I don't know exactly when this episode will go up, but either happy late Halloween or happy Halloween, don't know. Depends.
It'll probably go up on Monday. We might start transitioning our episodes to Mondays again. Sort of works a little easier with our schedules lately.
It's a good point. So happy late Halloween day, late Halloween. If this is going up Monday. Spoopy. So once again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, email us at jkgamespodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to leave us a review on whatever platform you're listening on. And that is all we have for our loadout, folks. Let's jump into our our easy mode.
Easy mode.
What you been playing, Jerica?
Oh, Kayla, have also, like you, haven't had a lot of time to play video games as much as I would like. The small amount of time that I had, I was playing Destiny with some of our friends of the show. Once again, so we raided the other night.
So cool.
And I know Destiny counts as playing video games, but it's also like sort of like it's a group effort, so it is
like
relaxing and fun, but it is like a commitment. So like, and you gotta know what you're doing, so you're not like wasting time. So we attempted last weekend, I believe, and we were unsuccessful. We're attempting Vault of Glass and Destiny, which is an old raid from Destiny 1 that they've brought back in Destiny 2. And that raid is pretty hard, but we committed to the other night. I was like telling the guys, I'm like, make sure, let's do it this night because I'm off the next day, just in case we're up until like midnight or so. Because the night we stayed up way too late and it was a school night, so I had school the next day. When I say school, I mean work. And it was just a tough time getting up from that. But regardless, we did it Tuesday night, I think. I think it was Tuesday night. It's either Monday or Tuesday night, but we beat Vault of Glass in one sitting.
Nice.
I think it only took us like 2 hours or so.
That's awesome.
Instead of like 4 or 5. So we did the whole thing in one night, and it was just really, really impressive.
How late did you stay up?
We were in bed by 11, I think.
Oh, that's
we
not bad.
Too late. If we stayed up late, it was only because we wanted to. We weren't still like beating our head against the wall trying to beat this raid. But yeah, it felt so good because the last boss there's a lot of calling, like you're teleported to one room, so like 3 people stay in one space, and at some point in the of the last boss fight, 3 people are stay in one spot, 3 are teleported to another realm essentially, and the person that's left over, one of those people have to call out an order where these oracles or like shiny things you have to shoot are for the other people in the other room to hit them in the right order. So we're like calling out back left, middle right, front middle, and
that's
like
intense.
Just calling all those things out. Yeah, you're calling these things out to the other group on the other side. There's like so many moving parts and rotating, and like every round someone was doing something new, so we couldn't ever get good at it, if that makes sense. Like most raids, we all get a certain roll down and we just stick to it, and we do that the best, and we do the same thing every raid. Like, I'm going to do this time. With this raid, it's like the last battle is always someone doing, it's always random, so you never know what you're going to be doing. But that last boss fight, we got the boss. We took a lot of the first damage phase. We almost got it down almost like halfway through its health. And you could just tell we all got really quiet and really focused. We weren't messing around. No one was telling any jokes. We're just like so focused, like, oh my God, this could be it. This could be the moment we finally beat this thing. And just everyone just got so focused. I had a call out, like I had to do the call outs, and I really suck at the call outs one time, and I nailed it. I was able to like tell everybody exactly where they were popping up to shoot them. It was just a lot of great communication.
That sounds beautiful.
We did it, and it was so worth it. It's just a lot of work.
And you got the flare that you needed?
I got a few new things. I got a really cool helmet for my Titan. I got the arms and the legs. I really wanted we call it the butt cape. It's like a little
Butt
Titan
cape.
thing, little sash to wear around the hip.
Nice.
And it's a butt cape. I didn't get that because that's what I really wanted because it glows and it's shiny. But maybe next time. We beat it once, so I know we can do it again. And yeah, we'll probably try again this weekend at some point. But yeah, okay, so Destiny is also like part of my life.
Yes, of
I
course.
consider it's still playing video games, but it's not like Jerica playing video games and just relaxing.
Yeah.
And I really needed a day where I could play whatever I wanted and just not have to talk to anybody. No offense, people. Just sometimes you just want to get lost in what you're playing and not talk to anybody. So I downloaded Guardians of the Galaxy because that just came out.
Yes.
And it was getting really good reviews because I was on the fence. I was going to wait for what people had to say about it. And it's really sort of back and forth. Like some people love it. Some people aren't big fans. But for the reviewers that I really like their opinions, they were reviewing it pretty well. So I downloaded that and started playing Guardians, and right off the top of like immediately, if you're a fan of the Guardians movies, you're going to love the game. The writing for the characters is really good so far. Like I'm laughing out loud a lot. It's hilarious. It's not over the top. Like it's not too many jokes in your face.
Yeah.
It's not too cheesy. Like it's just the right amount of like back and forth with the characters. And it really does remind me of Mass Effect because they're on the ship. You can go talk to all the characters. You play as Peter Quill.
Yeah.
Which his character is probably the weakest one, which sort of sucks because you're playing as him. But the rest of the squad, they really make up for Peter's sort of personality, which is okay. It's not bad, but it's okay.
Can you only play as him?
You play as him, but like because that gets me to like the story. The character is great. Peter Quill could be a little better. Oh, there goes my AirPod. They're not staying in.
Oh no!
There we go.
New AirPod probs.
Yeah, they're not fitting in my ears too well. Have tiny ear holes. But yeah, the story, the characters are really great. The gameplay was a little weird for me at first because you asked if you play as any other characters, and you don't, but you control them. So you can, and they all have different abilities. So like you can tell Groot to like use his branches to keep an enemy pinned down. Like you can target the enemy and say, Groot, do this. And then like Gamora's got this sword thing. She's like a very stealth sword lady, so she can go in there and slice them up. I'm forgetting Drax. Drax is just, this very strong dude. He can like, you can actually like prompt him to pick up boulders and toss them at enemies. And Raccoon just like bombs them to death.
Rocket.
He's got like all these, he has all these weapons
Is
that
Groot
he likes
there?
to use. Groot's there too. They're all there.
Aw, cutie.
They're all there from the beginning of the game, and it's like the story is like a whole other. It's its own thing. It's not really tied to the movies at all. Mm-hmm. So you don't really have to like know a lot about the Guardians before you play.
That's good.
Just know it's these this gang of pirates, so to speak, trying to make money in space. So,
But you're
but
enjoying
their back
it.
and forth is so good. Yes, I really like it. The game is gorgeous. It looks phenomenal. It's one of the best looking games that I've played this year.
Oh, wow.
Which, like I was really impressed with how well it looks. And the gameplay is not too bad once you get sort of the hang of like using the other characters and getting used to it. It's not Returnal by any stretch. But when I was playing it, some things remind me of Returnal. Definitely not Returnal, but just I'm like, ooh, I could see where they maybe got, this, I can see where they're going with this targeting system and gunplay.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping as I go through and progress, like there are unlockable upgrades for Peter and the other characters. So I'm sure that will add another layer to how you're fighting. But right now, the story is just what really is what's keeping me in it. The gameplay's okay, but I want to know what happens in this story because there's some stuff that's a little different from the movie. Something I wasn't really expecting for Peter, and I thought that was pretty cool. I want to see how this story unfolds for that. But I'll leave that as a, I don't want to spoil anybody. But it's its own thing, which is really cool.
How much do you think you've played of it?
I probably played about 3 hours or so.
How long is it, do you know?
3.5.
Is it a pretty long game?
I think I read it's around 8 hours, so not too long. It's a very linear game. It's not open world. You sort of go to point A to point B, and there's some little open areas that you can explore, but it's pretty linear and not you won't get lost, but it sort of reminds me of Fallen Order, actually.
Ooh,
you know how Fallen Order is, it's open in some spots, but there's like little puzzles to solve and things. Not as puzzly as Fallen Order, but Fallen Order, that sort of like linear story, like levels that you go through.
Fallen Order, one thing I really like about it is like you can go back after you've unlocked certain things and like revisit certain areas. And, I really need to pick that back
Guardians
up.
is going to do that, but like definitely it reminded me of that. There's not a lot of games like this anymore, really, that you just sort of progress instead of like big open worlds where you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's sort of nice to have a very tight path. You don't really get lost in it. So
yeah, sometimes I really do. Yeah, like I need that. I need direction. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Just say I'm just going this way. I don't want to get lost.
Well, what else have you been playing?
So yeah,
did you start Far Cry? Didn't you start Far Cry?
I did. That's one of the games that I started and I put down. Wasn't grabbing me as hard as I thought it was going to grab me. Yeah, I will definitely get back to it because I want to see what happens in that game too. But I had one other game that I really needed to beat, and I will talk about that next round.
Okay.
I actually felt guilty while playing Guardians, and stopped playing Guardians and went back to this game so I could beat it.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Surprise game. Okay, so for me, I'm not too much to report back here. Before I left for vacation last, I did start one game that was free. I pretty much always download the free like PlayStation monthly games just to like try them out.
Yeah.
And one of those games is the newest Overcooked game. Have you ever played Overcooked, Jerica?
Yes, I love Overcooked.
I love Overcooked.
I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah, so I started playing this Overcooked game. I believe it's the one that's Overcooked All You Can Eat. It came out last year. And you would think like, after a long, hard day at work, my job's pretty taxing, like that I would come home and not want to feel anxiety. But for some reason, like this game evokes a lot of anxiety. It's like intense. There's so much going on. You're like cooking, you're going back and forth. People are angry because they're not getting their food. But it reminds me, like, I loved these types of games when I was younger, like the Cooking Mama and...
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, so basically this game brings me a lot of anxiety. However, it's really fun. Like, it's not a bad anxiety. It's like a good, like, I feel very productive. I'm like, okay, I'm making the sandwiches, I'm making the soup. This is a game that's fun to play with other people, but I actually enjoyed it by myself too. It's a very, like, problem-solving, like, sort of game that I really enjoy. So I played that some. Other than that, I posted about this on our Instagram, but I've been playing my Switch a lot lately. So I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. I've been playing a lot of Cozy Grove. Cozy Grove actually came out with a big fall update. And so they added a lot of like new like critters that you can catch, new like bugs and new fish. It's very similar, if you don't know, Cozy Grove is similar to Animal Crossing and kind of similar to Stardew Valley as well. It's an indie game that's really cool. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it's pretty cheap if I remember correctly. And they came out with an update where now you kind of have like your own like house too. It's a tent and you can kind of like make upgrades to it and decorate it. And it's really fun. It's very fun. And it definitely is like a very easygoing, like good game to play like while you're traveling, which is what I was doing a lot of. So I've been playing that. And then my main game that I'm trying to finish right now, and I've had very little time to sit down and play, like I talked about earlier. But Life is Strange: True Colors is still like my main focus right now. And
Yeah.
so I still need to finish. I started episode 2, but I have not finished it yet. So I will keep you guys
Nice.
updated. But I love it. It's perfect for me. I love decisions-based games. It's very like nice and like, what's the word I'm looking for? The environment's very pretty. It's very like cozy and like relaxing.
It's so cozy.
It's
Like I want to go
relaxing.
visit that town so bad.
Yes. So I'm really enjoying that, and that's really it for me. I don't have really anything else to talk about with that. So we can go ahead and move into our news, Jerica.
Let's do it.
We were out last week, so we have a couple things to talk about from then. So some of this might be old news to you, but you can hear our takes on it, which is new. So I'm excited to hear Jerica talk about the new Halo Infinite trailer that came out. The first campaign trailer?
Yeah.
Is it the first campaign trailer, Jerica?
It's technically like, I would say yes. They've had another trailer, was it like it's been since July 2020. They showed
Wow.
off that first campaign trailer and everyone was making fun of it because how bad it looked.
Oh, yeah.
You probably have seen the memes with the guy, Craig.
Yeah.
Well, Craig's got a facelift, or at least what's the word I'm looking for?
He
got a
makeover?
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. The new trailer was so dope. It makes me really excited for what they're going to be doing with this Halo game. They showed off some of the basically like some of the open world ideas they have for this game and what that's going to look like, which I was really actually entertained by, because I'm like, an open world Halo, like we've never had that before. I can't wait to see how this actually looks and what you can do in this space. But they tied it into the Halo story pretty well, with Master Chief coming in and like, I actually, after seeing this trailer, I couldn't really remember where we left off with Halo. So I watched this like synopsis video, and I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything, but he's chasing an AI of some sort, and I'm just like, why is that happening? If you didn't know, the lore in Halo runs deep, Kayla. Like it's deep.
Yeah.
There's novels, there's movies or TV shows, there's little things like that you can watch and read to really get you caught up on. And of course, like all the games like span over a prequels, sequels, and whatever.
There's a lot.
There's the lore is very rich. So I was a little like, what's happening in this game? But I did a little synopsis, and how they're tying in some things looks pretty interesting. I'm just glad to play as Master Chief again, coming in and like saving the day. Once again, like riding all the vehicles looks really cool. You can like spawn vehicles at this like teleport, like I guess dock, and like spawn in exactly what vehicle you wanna ride around in or fly in. Banshees flying around the map look really cool. And as you go through, there look to be like Master Chief can get like upgrades and stuff. There was one upgrade that caused him to go invisible, which I thought was really cool, and like not a jetpack, but like a side jetpack, like a little dash, and like some really cool mechanics that we've never actually had in Halo being implemented. So it'd be really cool to see if they add those things to like the multiplayer and stuff. Mm-hmm. But what I got to see with Master Chief dodging around, and he's got this little grappling hook, which is really new. That is brand new. He's never had a grappling hook, I don't think. And so he like uses that to like swing around and jump and sling himself. And there's this one part he's jumping out of a spaceship, and he's like got this rocket launcher, and he just like jumps out of the ship and uses the rocket launcher. It's a lot of action.
Yeah,
I was like, dang, he's just going to town.
It was a 6-minute trailer too. It was pretty long.
Yeah, it was lengthy. There was one part like he's in the Banshee, which is one of the flying vehicles, and he just like hops out of it and like shoots down this other vehicle like in midair. Like it was insane. I was like, all of this is happening while your character is just falling. So seeing that end game and that's a real thing that you could do is really cool. I can't wait. I cannot wait to play this new Halo game. So the reason why we have this Xbox.
Yeah.
So I can become the chief again. But yeah, check out the trailer. I'm excited. I'm most excited just for the open world stuff, and then also all the potentials for upgrading Master Chief and like getting some new mechanics in Halo. Finally, it's been years, so
It's been a while.
it's been a while.
I did watch the trailer. So I'm not a huge Halo person. I played some when I was younger. I mainly played Halo Reach, which Halo Reach is like separate,
One
right?
of my favorite. Yeah, it's so good.
But it's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about the lore, and like I'm not too invested in the story, but I watched the trailer and it looked great. I think it was very, very action heavy.
Looked much better than the initial trailer.
It did. It looked pretty good.
Much improvement. It was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they delayed it. I don't know why they were trying to hit that date anyways.
What is
So-
it? Is it coming out this year? No.
It comes out in December.
December, okay. All right. Well, it looked good. I'm excited for it. I hope that it's everything that you dreamed it to be, Jerica.
Me too. Let me see what the release date actually is before I just like say December. I'm pretty sure it's December.
I'm pretty sure it's
December
December
8th.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the next bit of news, which is very exciting and very out of left field, honestly. So we are getting
Where did this come from?
we're getting a new game from the creator of Stardew Valley, which is Concerned Ape, which I had no idea that was his name. First of all, so this game is like I think this is the perfect game for me, Jerica.
Yeah.
I am very excited. It sounds so random and like niche, but like it's called The Haunted Chocolatier.
Oh.
Adorable. Fantastic. So this is from the actual website, hauntedchocolatier.net, and this is from an article from Concerned Ape, which is the maker of Stardew Valley, which, by the way, just a little recap. Stardew Valley was created by one person. He did everything. He did the music, he did the voice, or there's no voice acting, but he did everything himself.
Sound effects. Yeah, everything.
So this is his article that he put out at the beginning of the month. At the beginning of the month? Did I really miss this? Interesting. This was on October 8th.
We missed it. It flew under the radar, and I was like, oh, what?
Yeah. So this is from him. After dedicating 10 years of my life to Stardew Valley. Wow. Did not know it's been out that long. The time has finally come to announce my next game. It's called Concerned Ape's Haunted Chocolatier. Why chocolate? I'm not sure. It just kind of came to me. I think sometimes the best ideas are just appear in a flash instead of being cleverly thought out. That's how I like to work anyway. What's important is the execution, and after 10 years of practice, I feel more confident than ever in being able to bring an idea to life. Regardless, I think a lot of people like chocolate. It's true. In Stardew Valley, the focus was more humble, living off the land, growing food, and connected to the people and nature around you. However, with my next game, I wanted to explore more fantastical possibilities, experiences that take you beyond the ordinary. That's where magical haunted ghost chocolate comes in. Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Chocolate represents that which is delightful. The haunted castle represents the allure of the unknown. The ghost represent the imprint of the past. All of these things are important. However, don't think for a moment that because this game features ghosts in a haunted castle, that it is evil or a negative game. On the contrary, I intend for this game to be positive, uplifting, and life-affirming. Wow, very deep. However, if Stardew Valley mostly channeled the energy of the sun, Haunted Chocolatier channels the energy of the moon. Both are vital.
Interesting.
More important than that, I just want to make a fun game. Now, you might be scratching your head wondering exactly what that type of game is, and I'm not sure how best to describe it, but it's evolving organically as I develop it, so I'm not sure where it will go. But at its core, the gameplay loop involves gathering ingredients, making chocolate, and running a chocolate shop. So he says there's a lot more to it, but so far I've been having fun working on the game. There's many possibilities. With Stardew, I felt somewhat constrained because I was working within an established tradition. I don't regret that at all, but there's always been a part of me that wanted to go unleashed, and I believe that this is a great opportunity. Wow. Okay, there's a little bit more, but I'm going to kind of skip through it. So He doesn't. So understand that it will be a while before this game is done, and I'm going to be working on it as much as I can. Okay. Yeah, so he didn't really give any release information, but I just think that sounds so cool. There's a little trailer too, I believe, where you can see it looks very similar so far to Stardew Valley. He still says it's very much in development, but it stays true to like his style, which is really cool.
I know. I want that to always stay the same.
Yeah. So it sounds awesome. Basically, you're hunting out ingredients, you're making chocolate, and you're running a chocolate shop, which
it sounds great.
Sounds great. So that's really it from there. Jerica, do you want to take the next piece? Or we're both going to talk about this.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about this Uncharted movie trailer, Kayla.
Wow.
First impressions.
Me? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
So I think
go first.
I think it looks really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So I really like Tom Holland a lot. So I think that I've never seen anything that he's in that I don't like. I love the kind of person that he is. He kind of plays the same type of person in every movie, which I think it will work well with this movie. He's kind of like
I think he'll make a great young Nathan Drake for sure.
Yeah. He's kind of quirky and but he's cool too. And the trailer I really liked. It seems very action packed, which what more could you expect from an Uncharted movie? And then Mark Zuckerberg, is that who is in it? Is that the other guy? What's his name?
Who? Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
I was like, that's the Facebook guy.
I get them confused.
Too busy being an avatar.
I get them confused all the time, Jerica. So it's Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah, it's easy to get them confused because they're both in the metaverse. Being avatars. Have you watched that stuff? Not to get on a segue, but speaking of him, did you watch that Facebook stuff?
No.
The metaverse? I'll send that to you. I'll send it to you. He has Sweet Baby Ray's on his shelf. Mark Zuckerberg was trying to be like, look, I'm like one of y'all. I have barbecue sauce on my bookshelf.
It's such a weird...
You'll know what I'm talking... I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
I went on a tangent.
Yeah, so not Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
What do you think, Jerica?
A way cooler Mark. I'm excited for it. I think he'll do quite fine in this role. I was really taken aback by how much in this game is from all three games, but it's supposed to be a prequel story. So they're combining. There are some scenes from like the games when he's much older in this movie when he's much younger. So I thought that was interesting. I'm sure they're just trying to recreate moments from the games to put in this one movie. That's the biggest difference with like why I'm so excited that The Last of Us is going to be a TV show is because there's just so much to jam pack into an hour and a half. Like, so you can definitely tell, like, with the Uncharted movie, they are jam packing lots of stuff into this movie to make it a hit and also tie things from the game. Like I said, there's just a lot of stuff from the games that's in this movie, elements and characters even that you sort of are like, I didn't know young Nathan Drake had anything to do with this situation yet.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I'm fine for it for the movie. It's going to be still, I think it's going to be an awesome, fun, entertaining movie. But I go back to saying like, I'm glad Last of Us is going to be a show so they can really flesh out all of that and not have to be, squeezed into an hour and a half. Cause that is, movies are hard to convey a video game story in a movie just because games are so long.
And also, if you're curious, we had a whole episode actually about this where we talked about video game movies.
Nice little plug. Yeah, we have a whole episode dedicated to that.
We could do an updated one once because I know there's a couple coming out. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a lot, but I thought it looked pretty good. I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I'm definitely down to see it. It didn't look bad, and I'm like you. I love Tom Holland.
You're just a little weary
watching him and stuff. Yeah, I'm a little weird because I'm like, man, that doesn't make sense. And the gamers are gonna be like, that doesn't make sense. Why are you doing that? But it's okay. I'm not too worried about them messing up the story too much. So Because Nathan Drake's just exploring tombs and like finding treasure. It's like, you know, just
It's like
one
National
of those
Treasure.
action-packed. Yeah, and you know, Indiana Jones, that sort of thing. So
I think it'll be entertaining.
to
I was
watch.
about to say the exact same thing. I think it'll at least be entertaining for sure. Okay, so next, I don't know really anything about this, Jerica. Did you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. So Amy Hennig is a lady that's pretty well known in the video game space. Mostly known for her work that she did, funny enough, on Uncharted. She was a writer for Uncharted and a few other projects. She was previously working on a Star Wars game before that got canceled. But Amy has been in the business for years and tells amazing stories, and everyone's always wondering what she's been up to. Well, she does now work at Skydance Media. She's actually the president, new media division at Skydance Media, so pretty important gal there. But they just announced that Skydance New Media is excited to announce a partnership with Marvel Entertainment to develop a narrative-driven blockbuster action-adventure game featuring a completely original story take on the Marvel Universe for its first ever AAA game studio initiative. So she's taken on a pretty big project, also having, you know, a game going back to the Marvel Universe, new story. I know with Amy involved, it's going to be great because she, like I said, just, you know, she knows what she's doing and does a really good job with telling stories. She's been in the business a long time, so like I said, she knows what she's doing. Just really excited to see what she makes next and what she helps contribute to. I'm a big fan of Amy, so
We love Amy.
we love Amy.
That's exciting.
So yeah, I'm interested to see like what kind of games they make, because it's sort of like a new division for them, I believe. This studio, I think I was on their Twitter page, and it's really, I had no idea. Skydance. It looks like they have a whole lot to do with Foundation, the new TV show on Apple TV Plus, based on, you know, one of the best sci-fi stories of all time.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't watched the show. Have you? Is it out?
Yeah, it's good.
Ah.
It's really good.
Have you seen Dune?
But I guess... Who?
Dune? Have you seen it yet?
I thought you said Goon. I was like, who's Goon?
No, Dune.
Yes, we saw Dune.
Thoughts really quick? Did you like it?
I loved it.
Okay.
I'm down. I loved that movie. I could just have that movie played and just enjoy my time. It was really relaxing to watch, believe it or not.
Interesting. I haven't seen it yet. I'll get
the
my
scale
thoughts.
of everything was really freaking cool. Like, you gotta watch it. If you like sci-fi, you're gonna dig it. I've never read the books. I'm that person. Like, I know
haven't
nothing
either.
about the story.
I haven't either, and I like books.
I like Timothy Chalamet, so I was really excited to see him in this role.
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious. All right.
Timothée.
Well, so the last thing we really have with news is the State of Play that came out. Did you watch any of it live, Jerica?
I watched the whole thing live.
It was only like
Kayla.
20 minutes, I think, right?
Yeah, it was short, and it was really like highlights from some indie titles for PlayStation, some smaller studio titles. One of which we finally, at the very end, the big thing was that we got to see a new slice of Little Devil Inside, which was really eye-opening to what kind of game that's going to be. Looks like a lot of different things happening in this game, and I was just sort of wondering how they're going to tie it all together. That was my like most surprising thing from this conference. That and the Bug Snacks DLC that's coming.
I didn't watch this live, but I read through the whole article and I watched some of the trailers. I am excited for Bug Snacks. It's a free update coming in early of next year, introducing a new island, living space, and the ability to dress up your Bug Snacks.
Yeah, you can add little hats to them. I thought that was really cute.
That's
They had,
adorable.
like, little hats on. One of the bugs had like tater tot hands. I thought that was really good.
That's adorable, and I can't wait. Now
It made me hungry.
I'll definitely do the update for sure. What else? I don't think any. I don't think I literally.
Death's Door is coming to PlayStation, so
Ooh.
previously only on Xbox, it is now coming to PlayStation, which might have to swap on over to my PlayStation and play because I want to get the trophies.
Nice.
That's one other game I've added to my backlog of Doom.
Oh, okay. So maybe our next episode we do an updated backlog of Doom.
Yeah, because I've added a few to the bucket, for sure.
Yeah. So other than that, I thought that Little Devil Inside looked very intriguing. It's very weird.
It's so weird, and I had no idea that the world map was going to be like based on miniatures. It's almost like you're looking at a board game. Because like the first trailer, if you watch it, like there's snippets from like all different types of environments and areas, and you're like, how are you going to traverse this world? Is it an open world? Like how do you get around? And they did show like a look of the map and how the character gets to new environments, and it's like literally like a little board game, like hopping around the little pieces, like moving. So I thought that was cool. I was wondering how they were going to do that. So I think that was I thought it was a creative way to sort of be able to break apart this very gorgeous game, like with a lot of elements for fighting, creative creatures that are coming out and like attacking this guy. It looks like a really great game, and I hope we get a release date for it soon because we still don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked really cool. This is really, I haven't heard a whole lot about it or like really seen a whole lot, but this looked very like something I would like. And it's very interesting, like Victorian. Yeah, your AirPod just
it's a mix of, my AirPod keeps falling out of my ears, unfortunately.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps. Is there anything else from there that you took away?
Nope. Just really want a release date for Little Devil Inside.
So we still didn't get a release date, yeah.
No.
All right, well, let's move on to Jerica's surprise review. Jerica's little mini review.
Didn't mean to yawn. It's getting past my bedtime.
It is.
So, like I said, I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy. It's expert mode time. Thank you. I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, and I immediately, like, here's how my brain works. I was playing this, having a great time. Like, this game's great. I'm just going to play this all day. And all of a sudden, I just felt this weight of guilt on my chest. And I was like, I really need to beat some games before I just start. I feel guilty enjoying this game when I was enjoying other games too, and I didn't beat them, and I'm just a big loser.
Not true.
So not true, but that's just literally I could not play anymore. I was like, you know what? I got to go back to Deathloop because that game deserves better from me. That game is so special and so much fun to play that I need to go back because I didn't have too much more to do. So I got back to it, solved a few more puzzles to figure out how to kill all the vision. If you haven't played Deathloop or heard of Deathloop, essentially you're trying to kill all these assassins in one time. It's a time loop, so dude man dies and has to relive his days over and over. Guy that you're playing Colt. And the only way to break the loop or the cycle is to kill all these like assassins in one go. So I got all the clues, like throughout the game, you're just sort of discovering ways that you can sort of kill two birds with one stone. Like I figured out a way, I figured out a place where these two visionaries, the assassins, I'll call them visionaries now because that's what they're actually called. I picked up a clue that where two visionaries actually hang out together because they're dating. And I figured out what time of day and what compels them to meet up so I can kill them both at the same time. Which is really, it's just really cool.
It's a lot of planning.
It is. It's a lot of planning, a lot of exploration, and like detective work. And the way they structure all of that out is really good. Like you don't have to be a professional detective. Like it's just hard enough. Like if you play enough, you'll pick up on the clues. And it's also like a cool thing about this game is that if you pick up like codes or combinations to like open safes and rooms and other secret places in the game. If you and me were playing, I might get a different code than you get. So you can't just look up the passwords to this. You can't just cheat.
Yeah.
Like your game is going to be different from anybody else's game. So like my code to get back to my bunker was different than Audrey's, and you just can't look this stuff up.
Right.
So I think that's really neat that they did that, because it sort of forces you. I was like tempted to look up something one time, and I did, and I was like, this code's not working. And I was like, oh, the code's different in every game. And I was like, dang. So you can't look up anything like that. But yeah, I only had a few more things I needed to sort of figure out before I could just kill all the visionaries in one day. Finally got through all that and killed all the visionaries, got to the very end of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry. And I finished the game, Kayla.
Yeah.
I got done with Deathloop.
That's so exciting.
Like I'll try to keep it spoiler free, but like I'll do this. So, if you have not played Deathloop and you don't want to know my emotion on the end of the game, skip ahead a minute. So my emotion with the game, Kayla, you've been warned. I'm about to talk about not spoiler specific, but my emotion around the ending. I was sort of bummed. Not gonna lie, Kayla. I liked the ending. It was cool. And there's a few different endings you can get, but they're not too different, not too different. And I was just like, man, all that, and they didn't really give me an answer. I'm mad. There's definitely going to be a Deathloop 2, Kayla.
Okay, so it was, without spoilers, it was left open-ended.
Definitely left open-ended and not solved. You got through what you needed to get through, but you still don't have the answer.
I can see that feeling a little anticlimactic.
It was. That's what the word I was looking to describe it. Okay. Very true.
But do you enjoy?
I can tell you, playing that game is so much fun. Like playing through that game is such a ride. All the different abilities you pick up, and you could just sort of figure out your way to play, killing the visionaries to get their abilities. I'm definitely gonna go back in and play because you can play as Colt or Juliana. Mm-hmm. And when you're Juliana, you can invade other people's games, which is really sort of fun. And yeah, you can like interrupt someone's playthrough and like try to kill them. Like anybody can do that, which is cool. I turned off that feature so no one, because someone kept busting in my game and like trying to kill me and killed me once. And I was like,
that's terrifying.
I was trying to do something. So I'm going to play as her and like hop into some people's games next, so I can just get that trophy. To get to play as her and get a kill.
How's the platinum for that game?
It's not too bad. I thought I got a lot of trophies while playing through it, but no, I'm not even halfway through all the trophies. But they're not horrible. It's definitely doable. Okay. But there's other games to play, so I don't know if I'll get the platinum or not.
But you finished a game!
Yeah, I beat Deathloop.
Nice.
I'm so glad I did.
That's not what I was expecting for some reason. I don't know what I was expecting, but that's awesome though.
I just felt bad because I was playing it so much and I was loving it so much, and then I just like started playing Destiny again and got really into that again, and Far Cry came out. Yeah. I felt guilty for Deathloop because Deathloop, I wasn't excited for it, but when I started playing, I'm like, this game's special. This game's really cool.
So if you
I'm glad it exists.
Yeah, so if you had to recommend this, who would you recommend this to? Like, compare it to, if you like this game, you'll like Deathloop. Like, is it comparable to any sort of game?
Well, I've never played Dishonored, but apparently it's because it's from the same developers of Dishonored. If you like Dishonored, if you like the fighting and play style of most Bethesda games, you'll really like it because it's got a Bethesda. Obviously, it's one of their publisher, or it's published by Bethesda. It's definitely got their style. Yeah. Incorporated into it, but way even better. Like it's even better than most. If you think of Fallout, like it plays much better than Fallout. The gunplay does. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of anything like I said, I'm so glad this game exists because there's not a lot of things like it.
That's why I was curious. But no, I think that gives a good, explanation to anybody listening. Because everything that I saw, it doesn't seem like the type of game that I would like. And that's okay. Sometimes some people just don't like some sort of games. But I really liked hearing you talk about it because it sounds interesting. But yeah, I'm so glad you finished it and that you liked it.
Me too. It deserved me to finish it. So I felt guilty with if I didn't finish it.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps up our episode unless you had anything else to end on today. Hopefully I'll have more to report back next week. Who knows? Next week,
maybe not, we'll talk about whatever.
Maybe we'll do an updated backlog of Doom next week.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
We did our last one at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so let's do it again. Let's update it, see what we got.
Maybe we'll add a special guest or something to add into
we could do that and see what their backlog of Doom is.
Who knows? This is on the cusp. Who knows? But all right. Thank you guys so much for listening. We missed you guys, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.